What's going on, everybody? Today, I want to talk about the top 5 running back seasons I've ever witnessed. In all seriousness, I really like the running back position. I feel like the running back position nowadays gets super overshadowed by the wide receivers, but I just wanted to make this video to share my opinions. I'm super into super big seasons, if that makes sense. I just love all that stuff when a player has a really big season. I just think it's super cool. But yeah, let me know in the comments your opinions. Say one missed the top 5 that should have been there. The rankings are off, but I just wanted to give an opinion on my top. Oh, also, so I've been this is basically since I haven't been watching football since the 2000s. I'm gonna be honest. So this is since 2017, and I also have an honorable mention at the end. But once you think about it, that's 2017. That's 7 seasons. So the top 5 running back seasons I've seen in 7 seasons, right? I don't see why not. But there's also an honorable mention at the end. And yeah, let's get into the top 5. Top 5 is Jonathan Taylor from 2021. He was an absolute beast. He was a tank. It was every week he was making plays. I mean, record-breaking year for the Colts. 1,100 rushing yards, almost 20 rushing touchdowns, 40 receptions, almost 400 receiving yards. So yeah, 2,100 yards from scrimmage, 20 touchdowns is insane. Second offensive player of the year. Best running back of that season easily. He was also a god in college, bro. Weird, 2,200, 2,300 rushing yards. And it's just another one of those things, man. He with injuries, he just can't come back. But I mean, it's just how it goes. I mean, I liked him too, guys. I love Jonathan Taylor too. I thought he was cool. But the injuries, I mean, I hope he can come back. But the injuries are such a concern at this point. But let's just hope he can come back, right? But yeah, he was an absolute tank in 2021. Just making shifty plays all week. Splitting the hole, going all the way down to the end zone. Every week, man. He was just a tank, man. I miss him, man. I'm kind of sad now. 4th, we got CMC in 2023. I know that 4th is a bit of you could argue top 2 since 2017, but I have Christian McCaffrey again. But listen, McCaffrey was close to MVP this year. I mean, honestly, they should have gave it to. They shouldn't have gave it to Lamar. They should have gave it to CMC. In all seriousness, but he definitely had an MVP type season. Definitely looks like he's coming off in that injury in prime CMC form. I mean, dude. Wait, what's 14 plus 7? Sorry, guys, it's summer. Was that 20? Oh my god, what is that? 21? Oh my god. Sorry, guys, I'm in summer mode. I'm bear with me here, right? But yeah, he is at 2,000 yards from scrimmage, 20 TDs. Insane season, man. Led his team all the way to the Super Bowl. Him and Brock Purdy led their team all the way to the Super Bowl as a running back. Nowadays, that's rare, but they did have Brandon Ayuk, who had a super, super underrated, super good year. I mean, yeah, MVP type season as a running back, shifty plays every week. A lot of times it looked like he was playing against JV teams. That's just notice about all these running backs. But well-deserved offensive player of the year from him. Oh, and also, if you're watching at this point, I don't know if you guys are, definitely check out the highlight clips of these guys. Look up Christian McCaffrey 2023 highlights. I unfortunately can't put a couple clips in the video because I'll get copyrighted. But these highlight videos are 9 minutes. Just take the time out of your day, if you haven't already seen it. But yeah, just a little addition. 3rd, oh my god, I used to love Todd Gurley. It's a shame what happened to him, man. Every week he was making highlight plays, hurdles, end zone or red zone touchdowns, man. Super big yards. The receiving too. The receiving was so underrated, making all these catches all year, making wide receiver catches all year, man. Led his team to the Super Bowl. Unfortunately, the Patriots, of course the Patriots win, man. Oh my god, man. Whatever, right? Whatever. The Patriots won, but still, they still had that legendary year. But yeah, another case where it's unfortunate with the injuries, dude. But Todd Gurley was definitely the best running back in the league. Definitely a top 5 player in the league when he was in that prime form. This is 2017 when he was in MVP form. The next season he had 21 TDs. He was in MVP mode for 2 years, and then he unfortunately got hurt. But yeah, this is definitely 3rd in my opinion. Todd Gurley was one of the nicest things to watch, making beautiful plays every week. And I feel like his receiving is also super underrated too. I mean, 800 receiving yards, 64 receptions. 6 receiving TDs. Like, that's very, very, very good, man. I miss Ty Gurley, man. I miss some of these guys. But yeah, Offensive Player of the Year, second in MVP. I mean, he's the same thing with CMC. Like, if we were in like the early 2000s or like the 90s, they would have gave it to Gurley. But now the MVP is a QB award, right? Whatever, right? I'm starting to get upset. No, yeah, but Todd Gurley, I mean, man, that team was so good, dude. That was like a second coming of like the greatest show on turf. That offense with Goff and Gurley, and those receivers, man, and the defense too with Aaron Donald. You know, the anchor of the defense. Honestly, captain of the entire team, Aaron Donald. Aaron Donald was definitely a captain of that entire team, but Ty Gurley was electric, as they say. Next up, we got Christian McCaffrey in 2019. First player to eclipse 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving yards. I honestly put this over 2023 Christian McCaffrey. I get that 2019 McCaffrey, but what am I trying to say? You'd probably think 2023 just because you went to the Super Bowl and stuff, and the Panthers weren't really that good in 2019. But dude, like, this might be one of the most impressive seasons I'll ever see. Honest, I mean, I'll probably see some really, really cool. This is probably one of the most impressive seasons I'll ever see. I mean, 1,000 rushing yards, 1,000 receiving, 116 receptions. That's most than like elite. Well, that's higher than some elite receivers. Like, some elite receivers get like 110, 105. 116 receptions as a running back, dude. 15 rushing TDs. They didn't even lead the league that year, but 19 touchdowns. I'm not sure who won Offensive Player of the Year in 2019. But yeah, this season was absolutely insane. Super shifty. The juke moves were insane. I mean, the speed was insane. Like, it just looked like he was playing on a different level, a different speed, just a different type of player, you know? Like, you could tell, like, when he was on the field, he was the best player on the field, just like a different type of player. I mean, these stats are just like what? You know what I mean? I feel like this is also a super underrated year too. Like, I feel like this season isn't talked about enough. He won. He scraped out Derrick Henry, who had 1,500 yards and 16 rushing touchdowns for first team All-Pro. So I think you can imagine how good this year was. And if you can, definitely look at the highlights. It's insane. Like, it looks like he's playing at Stanford. Like, he looks like he's playing at those Stanford days when he was just untouchable, untackleable. If that's even a word. Let's make that a word, untackleable. But yeah, number one, we got 2020 Derrick Henry, dude. You gotta understand. Opposing teams were terrified of this guy, man. Like, people didn't want to get close to this guy. Like, everybody was diving for his legs, and he'd just run through you. If you drop your shoulder, he'd just run through you, man. And the stiff arm was like, there were like 5 stiff arms a week. And then, like, you check your phone, Derrick Henry, 120 rushing yards. Derrick Henry, 3 rushing TDs on the day, bro. But he eclipsed 2K rushing yards, 17 rushing TDs. I get, like, the receptions right there and receiving yards, but Derrick Henry's like a true thumper running back. A true, like, that horse, you know, that freaking bull coming out of the backfield, you know? Like, nobody wanted to tackle this guy. I mean, it was just one of the best running back seasons I'll ever watch. I mean, this season is why Derrick Henry's my favorite running back ever, but you could honestly, like, at least in my opinion, I could argue 1A, 1B for McCaffrey 2019 and Derrick Henry 2020. But Derrick Henry just edges him out a little bit because, I mean, it was just nuts, the stuff he was doing every week, dude. That clip on Josh Norman, man. The stuff versus the Texans and the Jaguars, how he rushed for 250 yards and 4 TDs versus the Jaguars and Texans. I mean, it was just madness back then, man. I'm hoping on the Ravens he gets the full form, too. I mean, obviously, Offensive Player of the Year, he gets that 2K yards, first team All-Pro, Pro Bowl. But yeah, Derrick Henry was a literal tank, like a war horse back then. I would definitely recommend you to look at these highlights, man. I mean, he was weighing, I don't even think he weighed 230. I think he weighed like 250, dude. I mean, just an absolute tank. And he was quick, too. He cut up through the middle. He cut through that hole. He'd make it to the end zone. 250. He's like 6'3". Insane stuff. Just absolutely insane stuff. I don't know if I'll ever see something like that again, man. I really wanted to mention David Johnson, man. Another example of, like, injuries just ruining a career. Super underrated year. I hope this season gets talked about for, like, the ages, but it's nice that he got that first team All-Pro because I feel like with that first team, he's, like, in the history books, you know? Like, you're, like, researching, like, it's 2035, you're researching, like, the 2010s, you know, and 2016, David Johnson was first team All-Pro. David Johnson, bro, oh my God. He was rivaling with Christian McCaffrey, the stuff he was doing, the hurdles, the juke moves. Like, he was just doing absolutely insane stuff every week, too. Please check out those highlights. The reason I have an honorable mention is because 2017 was the first year I ever watched. So, like, watched as in, like, checking every week. Like, I'd put the game on my phone or whatever. Like, I'd be watching three. Like, that's how I watch football on Sundays. I watch, like, 3 games at once. Like, I pull it up on my phone, I pull it up on my computer, and I have it on the TV. So I started that in around 2017, like, watching 3. That's what I'm saying, like, witnessed, like, watched. So this is the year before, but, I mean, look at this, dude. Just insane stuff. 2,000 yards of scrimmage, 19 TDs, 80 receptions, 900 receiving yards as our running back. Jesus Christ, man almighty. I mean, first team All-Pro, Pro Bowl, third in Offensive Player of the Year. But yeah, I mean, that's it for the video. Let me know down in the comments how you feel about what I'm saying. And, what am I trying to tell you? Definitely look up these highlights online. All you gotta do is look up David Johnson 2016 highlights, first video. I mean, it's gonna be like 7 or 8 minutes, man. Just please, if you like running backs. But yeah, man, just honestly super excited to make this video, and just hoping you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe for more, and I'll see you guys in the next video.